Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tori if you're new here, and today I'm going to take you into my kitchen. When I do a video saying, hey, we're not going to use the grocery store anymore, or hey, I have a home grocery store in my house, people get very questiony. I don't know if that's a word, but yes, I get that question all the time. How are you going to go about doing this? And we are not perfect. I'm going to start off by saying that, but I do have systems in place that I think I can share with some of you to save some money and be on this budget journey with me, because I know a lot of us are feeling the heat of inflation. Maybe some of you aren't. That's great for you, but these videos are made to be motivation. So today we're going to tackle the freezer. We're going to see what we have on hand in the freezer. In the last few videos, you've seen my pantry, you've seen what I've had on hand. And then after the freezer video, which is today, I want to go to my local farm stands and start getting produce that I don't grow in my garden. And that's mainly corn. My tomatoes are not doing well this year, so I might get some tomatoes as well. And that is going to hopefully last us throughout the year. Of course, we may have to go to the grocery store for milk and some necessities, but we made it a goal this year to really try and stay away from local stores. And by local, I mean our local box stores, Target, Walmart, King Supers, all of those corporations we're trying to stay away from, and we're trying to support local. It will be helpful for those families, and it will mostly be helpful for us. So hi, hello. If you're new here, we would love it if you hit the subscribe button. We make videos 3 to 4 times a week all about preparedness on a budget. So we like to prepare for emergencies in any which way. This does not have to be a doomsday prepping scenario. It could be a natural disaster. And I think we can all agree that since that has been happening so often, why not have some things on hand that you can grab and go with? Of course, if you have to flee your home, I always suggest having a bug out bag. I have plenty of videos on that, how to pack for your family and things of that nature. But I do want to tackle my freezers today. I'm going to take an inventory. I will see how much of each of that item that I have, and I will write it down and just bring you with me and show you how we're going to do this. So I hope you're excited. Let's get right into it. We are actually starting with this freezer, and I am just proud of how clean it looks in here. Let me just brag on myself for a second, because that doesn't happen. But anywho, we have a bunch of stuff in here. We have nacho cheese. We got the $4.97 can of nacho cheese for my husband, and then I froze it. But there's some stuff in here that could just definitely be used up or be given to the chickens. I really just want to consolidate, because I kind of just want this to be meat and veggies and I guess miscellaneous items like this. So that is what I'm going to do. Everything will go to the chickens that can be given to the chickens, and then the rest I'm taking an inventory of, and I am also going to just see what I can pantry cook for the next week or so from the freezers. Yeah. So it's not looking the best here, but anyways, inside this part, the food looks good. So over here we have meats, we have chickens, we have whole chickens, sausage in there, 2 things of ground bison, 4 things of ground beef, and that's what am I trying to say? Grass-fed, grass-finished, so good stuff. We have that cheese, we have some lunch meat, random hash brown potatoes. We have 2 lasagnas in there, which is awesome. We have some of these like ground turkeys. We have some pizzas as well. Salmon patties, a young chicken. They were on sale a while back, so I grabbed a bunch. And then over here we have enchilada casserole, another enchilada casserole, a lasagna up there. And then up here are things that I could just like readily grab. So this is my canned sauce, frozen sauce. And then we have some peaches, some butter, mozzarella cheese. We have zucchini from last year in there. But the goal is to just start freezing some more items. I love canning. I love to have that on hand, but in all reality, I use a lot more of my freezer stash. So I will show you my inventory list when I'm all done with it, but we have plenty to give to the chickens that are thawing out over here. And then we have some items that were just not properly stored, and it didn't do the best. It didn't fare the best in there, and I've tried it in the oven. It's just not working out. So I'm super sad to get rid of some of that food, but you live and you learn, and I have learned ways to prep and store things just a little bit better, if that makes sense. So anyways, we have a lot of space in here to fill up the freezer this week, and I mean the rest of the year, honestly, but I'm really happy with what it looks like in here. Let's move on into the indoor freezer and see what we can find. Alrighty, we are inside now, and Operation Clean This Up. The only difference here is I have a lot of stored milk up here, and that needs to go to the deep freeze. So that's kind of what initiated this entire thing, but I would like to get more prepared here. So I don't know, we have meats and things of that nature up here, but a lot of these things can be consolidated, and that is the goal. So here's a before, and let me check back with you when I find an after. All right, that took about 5 minutes. That was really easy. Over on this side, I have meats, and then I have some extra veggies and fruits. And then up here, I have frozen dairy and some extra vegetables. But over here, I also have some gnocchi. I have mac and cheese. I have just things that I have prepped. So these are just little enchilada bites, taquitos, I guess we could call them. I have dumplings in there, pierogies. So just easy things that I can go and, I don't know, put on a baking sheet at night. But over here, I do have some chili in a Dump and Grow crock pot bag, so I know that's in there. And then I just have some tomato sauce for the month, the week, whatever we use. And then of course my husband's ice cream's right there as well. And then up here I'm going to show you how I'm organizing the milk and other things. All right, and I wanted to do a little hack for you moms out here. I need to wipe the inside of this, but I take the Costco muffin containers, and then I put milk in there. Last time I mentioned breast milk, someone called me gross. First of all, you're gross for even saying that. Second of all, that's how I feed my children, and liquid gold's super important for their nutrition. But that's all I have to say on that. Anyways, on the subject of breast milk, I want to know if anyone has freeze-dried theirs and put it in a powdered form. Is that a thing? Is that not a thing? Let me know. I don't know. I was just curious about it. It's not enough to do that, but in the event of emergency, a shelf-stable breast milk would be cool. I guess I'm a shelf-stable breast milk yeah, that's how my brain works. Anyways, here we go. That's a hack for you. Over here, we have some bread to put in the freezer. Double bag that. Double bag some everything bread. I have some of these things. I don't know. They'll definitely go out there. I didn't really like the taste of them, but it's food and it will feed us, and I'm not going to throw it out. And that's all. That's all that needs to go out there right now. I'm out here looking crazy, but back on the subject of breast milk, I understand that formula is technically shelf-stable breast milk, and I do have to say fed is best. I just want to add in there for any other breastfeeding mamas that there are ways to store them in the freezer. So yes, that is what I was saying with that. Okay, it is quite a bit later. Baby is sleeping, you know the drill. I look like I have a seance going on, but I promise the kids just are really into candles right now. Anyways, I have everything just kind of laid out, and I'm going to go over it with you. So this is the inventory that we were talking about. I have the inventory. I also, just to humor you for this video, have a little bit, are you serious? The air conditioner. I'm going to try and talk as loud as I can. The inventory for my pantry, like sides and things like that. And then I have my dinners. This is for 30 days. So this is an example of how long you could take this. You could repeat this if you wanted to. I never said that this would last us, more than 30 days, but I feel like it's important. And this is just like a good starting point. And honestly, my biggest tip is just to attempt to plan ahead. All things might not go according to plan, but at least you tried, It just keeps me organized, and that's my biggest tip. So let's go over the meat. I do apologize for my handwriting. If you can't read it, I am going to point and try and just go over this. Chicken times 16. When I am putting the number there, it is the meal, not the portion size. So we have 16 meals worth of chicken back there. We have beef times 6, bison times 6, sausage, and that includes breakfast and smoked, times 7. We have scallops times 2. I was kind of disappointed. I thought we had more fish, but that is okay. Cheese and dairy. We have mozzarella times 5, nacho cheese times 5, butter times 10. We have a lot of butter in there, so we can use that throughout everything. Veggies and fruit. Corn times 4, zucchini times 10. Of course, if you know, you know. Zucchini is just wild, and we have a bunch in the canned pantry as well. Peaches times 6, mixed veggies times 4, peppers times 6. Over here, this is going to be meals and sides. Mac and cheese in the freezer times 5, mashed potatoes times 2, gnocchi times 2, pierogies times 4, chili times 6. We have a lot of chili in there, and that's the dump and go crock pot chili. We also have tomato sauce times 6, lasagna times 4, enchiladas times 3, taquitos times 4, egg rolls times 2, and muffins times 8. That can go to a breakfast. And then in the pantry, this is just, well, my reminder of what I have. I can make bread because I have flour, yeast, water. It's really all I need, and you can make a variety of different breads. You can even add zucchini as like a moistening agent. There's so many things you can do. We have rice, we have beans, we have quinoa, we have curry simmer sauce, enchilada simmer sauce, we have couscous, pasta, and then we have our boxed meals. And then of course we have canned veggies. So we'll be utilizing all of this to make the meal plan. Now, moving on to the meal plan. I don't have recipes typed out for you. If you want a specific recipe, let me know and I can type it to you in the comments. But we're going to start over here. This is 30 squares and it's just covering dinner, because when we are eating like this, a lot of our dinners go into leftovers the next day for lunch, and then for breakfast 9 times out of 10 we are having eggs because we have chickens and toast, and then sometimes we have a breakfast meat, but not all the time. We honestly have been liking beef jerky lately, so we kind of just have our eggs, toast, and fruit or something like that, and then we snack on beef jerky until lunch. We have chicken, pierogies, and corn. Over here, ham and bean soup. Don't have ham, so we're going to do smoked sausage, bean soup, and that will go low and slow in the crock pot. Absolutely delicious. We have lasagna, and then when I have done here, that just means I already have the meal done over here, if that makes sense. So it can just go in the oven or in the crock pot, and I know for the day before to just put that in the refrigerator to thaw out. Over here, leftovers. You will see that a lot. Every third day will be leftovers. Sometimes I do it every fourth day. Sometimes I do it every second day. But this month we're going to do it every third day, and it will work out well. We have bison burgers and mac and cheese as the side. We have scallop sheet pan, so that's just like sweet potatoes and really whatever root vegetable we have on hand. We have a lot of beets in the garden that can come, and we just serve that in a big bowl, and it's super delicious. We have chili that is already done, and then leftovers. Beef nachos with mozzarella cheese because we have so much in the freezer. Over here, pumpkin gnocchi with a cream sauce, so I'll just use jarred Alfredo sauce. Over here we have sausage and zucchini fritters, so this is just sausage, and I can make buns for that, and then zucchini fritters on the side. Leftovers. We have enchiladas, which are already done, barbecue chicken and mashed potatoes and macaroni. We have a build your own pizza night because we can easily make pizza dough. We have a ton of mozzarella cheese, and then we can do some sausage and some frozen sauce with that. Over here, leftovers, lasagna, which is already done. We have bison that I will fry up with some bell peppers and corn and probably some black beans and make some tacos. Veggie fried rice with egg rolls. We do have a lot of meat involved here, so those leftover days can also be days to look to just plain rice or plain noodles. We don't always have to have meat. I did very well without meat for a while there, and I know a lot of different recipes involving no meat, so I know some of you don't eat it, and I just wanted to mention that. We have leftovers, and then over here we have chicken nachos with the nacho cheese that I froze. We have goulash the next day, so that's just bell pepper, onion, pasta with some sausage. We have pierogies and then bison with gravy, so kind of like a Salisbury steak with gravy. We have leftovers here, and then we have buffalo chicken and mac and cheese. So I just take one of the frozen mac and cheeses, add some chicken and buffalo sauce, and it's super easy to put in the oven together. Over here we have corn and zucchini fritters, and that will be served with fried scallops and probably some sort of veggie or fruit. Over here we have breakfast for dinner. We have plenty of breakfast sausage in there, plenty of eggs, of course, and I usually make biscuits, like sausage gravy and biscuits. And then over here we have enchiladas, which are already done, leftovers, and then the last square is out to eat because we made it all the way with the food that we had on hand. So I hope this was helpful. This is just one example of how you can do this, how you can utilize what you have on hand, and I hope this inspires you to save a little money and try and cook with what you have on those shelves before it goes to waste.